So hello everyone, welcome to Trendy Education. In this video, I'm going to explain you what is association mining. So under this, I'm going to explain what is association rule and frequent item set. So you have to know what is association analysis before watching this video. So if you know what is an association analysis already, then keep watching this video. But if you don't know what is association analysis, then go check my previous video about the association analysis. So what is association is nothing but a connection or a relationship or a correlation. So these are the words we can use instead of this word association. So let's see what is association mining. So in association mining, I'll explain you with an example now. What is the mostly used example in association mining is the market basket transaction. So this is the commonly used example for the association mining, which is called as the market basket transaction. So in this, we are going to find a rule. So we are going to find a rule which predict the occurrence of an item based on the occurrence of the items in the previous transactions. So let's say I'm going to find a rule. So how I'm going to find a rule? In the sense, I'm going to predict the transaction of the previous basket transactions, and then I'm going to find a rule from those previous transactions, and then I'll find a rule which will predict the future predictions, that is the future transactions. So this is what the association mining is used in market basket transaction. So I'm going to find a rule which will predict the items based on the occurrence of the previous transaction. So this is what the association rule. We are going to find a rule using the previous transaction, that is based on the occurrence of the items in the previous transaction, which will predict the occurrence of the items in the future transaction. So this is what the association rule is used in the market basket transaction. For example, let's take a person is buying bread. There might be chances for them to buy milk and also jam. So this is the, let's say this is the previous transaction. So I'm building a rule from the previous transaction. So in the future, if someone is buying bread, there might be chances for them to buy milk and also jam. So this is how the association mining is used in market basket transactions. So yeah, let's get started with the association rule and the frequent item set. Let's come into the topic frequent item set. So from the name itself, you can understand that something is bought by the customer frequently. So this is what the frequent item set. A particular set of item which is bought by the customers frequently. So this is what the meaning of the frequent item set. So we can say it as the set of products or the items that are frequently bought together. Frequently bought together. So we can also say it as we are going to find the regularity in the shopping behavior of the customers. So we are going to find the regularities of the shopping behaviors. So this is what the meaning of the frequent item set. So let's see what are the subtopics we are having under the frequent item set. So I'm going to explain you with the same example, that is the market basket transaction. So let's see, and I will also explain you with a screen record of the real time example. So let's see the sample example, that is the theoretical example. Later on I'll explain you with the practical example. So yeah. So nowadays it is not only used in the offline shops, it is also used in the online shoppings like Amazon, Flipkart is also using the same data mining algorithms like apriori algorithm for the frequent item set. So now I'm going to use this transaction database. So these are the transaction and these are the items. So let's say transactions. So transaction, there are 5 transactions, and you can see from here there are 6 items totally. So total items is equal to 6. So let's say the items equal to I1, I2, I3, I6 up to I6. And the transaction is T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. So these are the transactions. So the transaction or the total number of transactions made in the particular shop on that particular day. So what are the items or the total number of items in that particular shop? But here I'm taking only 6 items and only 5 transactions. So let's take this transactions, transactions T, and I'm denoting this transaction is T equal to T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. And you can say the items is nothing but the total number of the items. Total number of items is I equal to I1, I2, I3, I4, I5 and I6. So these are the total number of items in that particular shop. So let's see what is item set. So what is item set is nothing but a collection of items which is called as the item set, which is either 1 or 0 or more than 1. So like that, set of items. Set of items. Let's see, bread, milk, beer. Okay, so this is the item set. I'm saying this as 3 item set. So why I'm saying this as 3 item set is nothing but because the number of items in the item set is 3, and I'm saying this as 3 item set. So as like this, if the items, that is, if the item set contains k item sets, then that is k items, then it is called as k item set. So like that, if an item contains 3 items, then it is called as 3 item set. So the support count is nothing but the frequency of the occurrence of an item set. How frequently this particular item set is available in the transaction. So this is what the item set. Sorry, support count. How frequently an item is an item set is occurred in the transaction. So let's see the same example, bread, milk and beer. So is there any example with bread, milk and beer? Bread, I think so it's only one, bread, milk and beer. So the support count here is only 1. Milk and beer is only one, that because there is only one transaction which contains this item set, that is bread, milk and beer. Let's see only the bread and milk. Only the bread and milk, the transaction. So here the bread and milk, and here the bread and milk, and here there are three transactions which are having this item set. So the support count for this is 3. I think you may understand frequently how frequently an item set is occurred in the transaction. So here you can see how frequently this item set is occurred in this transaction. Hope you understand what is support count. Let's coming to the topic support. So support is nothing but the fraction of the transaction and the support count. So the ratio of, you can also say it as the ratio of the support count and the number of transactions. So I'm going to find out the support of the bread and milk. So as we already know, the support count of the bread and milk is 1, 2, 3, because there are 3 transactions with this item set. So 3, and this is divided by the number of transactions. You can see there are 5 transactions, so the number of transactions is 5, then the support is equal to 3 by 5. So hope you understand this support. And next, coming to the topic called transaction width. So what is transaction width is nothing but the number of items which is present in the particular transaction. So let's take the T1. So there are 2 items. So the transaction with this only 2. So the number of items present in a transaction. So bread, milk, diaper, cola. So in T5 there are 4. So T5 equal to T5, that is the transaction width of the T5 is equal to 4. So this is how we calculate the transaction width. So now I will explain you how to represent the market basket transaction in a binary representation. So how to represent in a binary form. It's very easy, and we are having the row as the transactions and the columns as the items. So I have drawn the tabular column. This is the transaction, and these are the items in the basket. So what are those items? Are bread, milk, diaper, beer, egg, cola. So these are the items in the item set. So let's start making this binary representation. So if the item is present in the item, that is the transaction, I'm going to represent it as 1. And if that item, that is an item, is absent, you can see that diaper is present here and not present, that is absent here. So I'm going to represent it as 0. So this is what here, this is the transactions. Each and every transaction is represented in a row, and each column represent that it is a presence of the items in the particular transaction. So let's see the first transaction. The bread is 1 and the milk is 1, other is 0, because there is no egg, beer, egg, cola, diaper, beer, egg, cola is absent in the first transaction. And let's come to the second transaction. Bread, diaper, beer, egg, and other is 0. And then the third, diaper, milk, diaper, cola, and the others are 0. And the fourth, bread, milk, diaper, beer. And the fifth, bread, milk, diaper, cola, and the others are 0. So hope you understand this, how to represent it in a binary representation. We are saying the 1 is the presence of the date, that is the items in that transaction, and this 0 represents that the absence of the data in that particular transaction. So hope you understand that. So yeah, let's see the example of the frequent item set first, and then we'll saw the association rule. So first I'm going to search something. So I'm going to search headphones as mic, sorry, with mic. So I'm going to touch this first. So you can see here that here you'll see that there is a portion which is called as the frequently bought together, and this includes 3 headphones, 1 headphones and 2 earphones, and buy all 3 at. So you can see that these are the frequently bought product, and this is how the frequent item set is used in market basket transaction. So now I'm going to explain you what is association rule. So in association rule, it is a very simple, which is called as X implication Y. That is, X implies Y. So what is this X and Y are? X and Y are two disjoint item set. So X is a particular item set and Y is a particular item set. We can say it as, I'll explain you. So this is X and this is Y. There is no connection between these two. So that is X intersection Y is equal to null, empty set. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to join and I'm going to find out the relationship between the X and Y. So the transaction in X and the the item set X and the item set Y. So there is some items in the intersection point. So what I'm going to find out this both an X and Y item. The item which is occurred in X and also occurred in the Y transaction. The strength of the association rule is measured in terms of two things. What are those two things? Are the support and the confidence. That is, the strength can be measured using support and the confidence in association rule. And what is confidence? So let's see what is strength and let's see what is the confidence. Sorry, support and the confidence. So what is support in the sense? How often a rule is applicable to the given data set. So I'm going to find a rule and how often the rule is applicable to the given data set. So this is what the support. So this n represents the total number of the transactions. I have already explained you what is the support, and this support is calculated as the frequency of the occurrence of the item in both of the item set. Frequency of the item. So what is confidence in the sense? Frequency of X union Y divided by the frequency of the X. So why we are doing this frequency of X union Y? Because we have to find out that items, that is, find how often this items in Y appears in the transaction that contains X. You can see here that how often the item in Y set will appear in the X set. So I'll explain you with an example. Before that, I will write the definition of this. How often items in Y appear in transactions that contain Y. And I'm also writing for the support how often a rule is applicable we are going to finding the frequency of the transaction items and then number of the transaction. So this is what the support and this is what the confidence means. Now I'll explain you with an example. So yeah, let's find the support and confidence of this X and Y. So yeah, for I'm giving the value x as milk diaper and the value of y is beer. So I'm going to find out the support now. So support equal to, you can see here, the support is find out by the ratio of the support count and the number of transactions. So we are going to find out the support by the support count and the transaction. So how to find the support count? How frequently these three items are found? So milk, diaper and beer. Milk, diaper and beer. Milk, diaper and beer. So there are two transactions with these x and y. So there are two transactions and divided by the total number of transactions, which is called as the 5. So the support is equal to, so when we divide, 2 divided by 3 is equal to 0.4. So let's calculate the confidence. Confidence equal to support count divided by frequency of x alone. Frequency of x alone and the support count. So what is support count here is the same too. Because milk, diaper and beer. Milk, diaper and beer, there are two transactions with these two items. So the support count is 2 and let's find out the frequency of this milk and diaper. Milk diaper 1, milk diaper 2 and milk diaper 3. So there are three transactions with this milk and diaper, that is with x alone. So here I'm going to find out the the confidence is 0.67. So this is how we find out the confidence and the support of the association rule of the market basket transaction. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, then give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. And if you want me to explain any topics, then ask me in the comment section. And yeah, thank you. Bye.